Number 5. LYSSAVIRUS. Meet the wolf Wi-Fi. A virus so good at connecting mammals that it made all of Europe believe in werewolves. Forget full moons and silver bullets, the real monster was just a tiny strand of RNA with anger issues. Its name rabies, nature's original brain hacker. Not a myth, but a biological horror movie that's been running since the Ice Age. LYSSAVIRUS doesn't kill you instantly. It hijacks your nervous system and crawls toward your brain like a horror movie villain enjoying the suspense. Then it flips every instinct you've got: dogs, wolves, humans, everyone turns into boss-level crazy mode, foaming at the mouth with that 1,000-yard stare of someone downloading madness. And here's the plot twist: every werewolf rule in old folklore, just a medieval patch note for rabies. Rule 1, spread by a bite, correct. Rule 2, uncontrollable aggression. Beast mode on. Rule 3, foaming mouth. You can't swallow your saliva, basically a portable cappuccino machine. Rule 4, fear of water. Not fear throat spasms so bad you'd rather die than drink. So no, people didn't invent werewolves, they just saw their rabid neighbor and said, "Ah, Gerard's having another full moon episode." Now picture The Last of Us marrying Twilight and raising a kid with National Geographic. That's rabies. A software update that installs ultimate beast mode in mammals. The result, villages losing their minds and hosting wolf hunts like medieval community projects. By the 16th century, France had its own cinematic universe. Peter Stump, the werewolf of Bedburg, tortured until he confessed the devil gave him a magic belt. Translation: AI made me do it. Then came the Beast of Gévaudan in the 1760s, over 100 people dead, the entire country panicking. Witnesses said like a wolf but not a wolf, which in French means no idea what that was, but it ate Claude. The hunter Jean Chastel finally shot it with a silver bullet melted from a blessed chalice, basically the 18th century version of, have you tried turning it off and on again? So, next time you hear a werewolf story, remember no one turned into a beast. It was a virus turning beasts into human nightmares. Rabies never needed a full moon, just one bite and bad Wi-Fi. Number 4. LYCAON PICTUS. Meet the presidential candidate of the savannah, LYCAON PICTUS, the African wild dog. A creature that looks like someone glued Mickey Mouse ears on a Jackson Pollock painting and gave it voting rights. First things first, it's not a dog and it's not a wolf. It's the last survivor of its own genus LYCAON, a completely separate lineage. Its name literally means painted wolf, and every individual looks like a furry art experiment, splattered black, gold, and white spots everywhere. Each paw has only 4 toes, like evolution said, you know what, let's streamline the design. And those ears, giant round radar dish ears that spin like 360-degree Wi-Fi antennas. Disney should sue. Funny looking, yes. But this is Africa's most efficient predator. Lions, the so-called kings, succeed only 30% of the time. These guys 80 to 90%. Triple the efficiency, zero ego, full teamwork. And not the PowerPoint kind of teamwork, real messy feed each other teamwork. The alpha pair are the national parents, while the whole pack raises the pups, shares food, and even regurgitates meals for the sick. Pups eat first. Somewhere a lion just choked on its pride. And if you separate one from the pack, it can literally die of heartbreak, not hunger heartbreak. Nature's ultimate team player. Now, for the Netflix twist: before every hunt, the pack votes by sneezing. Scientists found that once enough sneezes are counted, the pack moves out. If the alpha sneezes, it counts extra votes. That's right, a sneeze-based electoral system. While humans argue about democracy, a bunch of spotted dogs in Africa are already running the first biological parliament of noses. The lone wolf under the moon, outdated. The African wild dog is nature's socialist 4.0, a cooperative, egalitarian society powered entirely by sneezes. If you ever doubt that a perfect democracy can exist, you clearly haven't heard of the Republic of Runny Noses genus LYCAON. If you like this content, hit like, subscribe, and help our video get blessed by the YouTube algorithm gods. Number 3. CROCUTA. CROCUTA. Say hello to CROCUTA. CROCUTA, the spotted hyena, or as I like to call them, the mean girls of the savannah. And no, they're not dogs. They're just nature's little coding error with a power complex. Hyenas belong to their own family, Hyenidae, and they run the savannah like a matriarchal mafia. Each clan can have up to 80 members ruled by one giant testosterone-powered queen who could out-bench press Arnold Schwarzenegger. Their society runs strictly on the your mom's reputation system. Your rank depends entirely on who your mother is. Even the top male bows to the lowest-ranking female with a powerful mom. In short, it's Mean Girls 2004 but with fangs and the smell of carrion. And that infamous laugh, not joy. It's pure stress and existential crisis. Hyenas giggle when they fight, when they lose food, or when someone steals the good ribs. It's basically the sound of a Karen realizing her coupon expired. Disney lied to you. Hyenas aren't lazy, stupid scavengers. Myth number 1, they just eat leftovers. Wrong. 95% of the time they hunt their own prey. In fact, lions steal their kills. Myth number 2, they're weak. Wrong again. A lion bites at around 650 pounds per square inch. A hyena hits 1,100. Their jaws are industrial-grade bone crushers. If the savannah had LinkedIn, a hyena's profile would read, Director of Biological Waste Management. They turn every leftover in nature into nothing. And that real-life beast of Gévaudan. Some historians think it was a striped hyena, escaped from a circus, meaning France's most famous man-eating monster might have just been a tourist from Africa having a bad vacation. So yeah, the spotted hyena isn't the sidekick from the Lion King. It's the CEO, the board of directors, and the audit committee all rolled into one cackling boss. And that laugh, not happiness, it's the sound of someone who knows exactly who runs this place. Number 2, Canis lupus. Introducing Canis lupus, nature's senior employee, the creature that inspired every bedtime nightmare from Little Red Riding Hood to Game of Thrones. If Earth had a LinkedIn page, the wolf's profile would read, 20,000 years of experience in managing humanity's fear portfolio. The gray wolf is the original, the OG, the direct ancestor of every domesticated dog alive today. And if you've ever wondered why humans have such a primal fear of wolves, the answer surprisingly is economics. Once we started farming and raising livestock, wolves became the first real competitor in the agriculture industry. They stole our cattle, they took our territory, and worst of all, they were smart about it. Wolves don't just hunt, they strategize. They use deep snow to slow down reindeer herd prey into shallow rivers where footing fails and divide roles like a SWAT team on 4 legs. In short, while humans were updating our firmware from hunter to farmer, wolves were already running Predator version 2.0. And that spooky haunting howl, not a dark ritual, just nature's group chat. Hey, where's everyone at? Over the hill, bring bones. Scientists call it the Bow-Guest effect, 2 wolves modulating their howls to sound like a pack of 20. Not witchcraft. Tactical, psychological warfare, NATO style. The wolf isn't scary because it's different from us, it's scary because it's too much like us. They live in complex social hierarchies with leadership, cooperation, and logistics. If humans are Humanity Global Incorporated, then wolves are WolfCorp, Nature Division. And like any massive corporation, once a rival shows up, we start a hostile takeover. No wonder history is full of national wolf extermination campaigns. Basically pre-industrial trade wars with fur. So next time you hear a howl at midnight, don't imagine a ghost. It's just nature sending a reply, all email, we're still competing, buddy. Number 1, AENOCYON DIRUS. Meet AENOCYON DIRUS, literally the terrible wolf. In other words, if the Ice Age had a gym, this was the personal trainer yelling one more rep while you cried on the treadmill. The dire wolf lived from roughly 250,000 to 10,000 years ago, and yes, it was big. Not the fluffy big, the reindeer deleting kind of big. We're talking about 150 pounds of pure muscle, a huge skull, thick neck, broad shoulders, and the body language of someone who just benched a mammoth femur for fun. If the gray wolf was a marathon runner, AENOCYON was the powerlifter in a tank top that says, no days off. For 150 years, scientists looked at its fossils and went, just a bigger wolf. Then came the year 2021 DNA plot twist. Turns out, not a wolf. Not even a distant cousin. Not even in the same genus. The dire wolf's lineage split from Canis about 5 million years ago. Translation: this was a premium knockoff wolf. It's called convergent evolution, nature's way of letting 2 companies independently launch the same product called iWolf but without sharing any code. And because humanity never learns, a biotech company called Colossal Biosciences recently announced they're de-extincting the dire wolf. Translation: we're cosplaying Jurassic Park. They plan to use CRISPR to edit gray wolf DNA until it looks like the dire wolf, or at least the movie poster version. Meanwhile, real scientists are rolling their eyes saying, you're not resurrecting a monster, you're just making a slightly jacked husky. Basically, the fire festival of de-extinction looks epic. Online ends with cold sandwiches and investor tears. The truth: the dire wolf didn't need a lab to be terrifying. It was a bone-crushing unit specialized for breaking the legs of Ice Age horses, camels, and giant ground sloths. It ate everything down to the last splinter. This was the real wolf from Game of Thrones, but the original didn't need CGI, just industrial-grade jaws. If the Ice Age were a nightclub, AENOCYON DIRUS was the bouncer growling ID kid, you're not heavy enough to get in. You've made it this far, welcome to Beats Lore, the weirdest prehistoric decoding channel on the planet. Next episode we're adding a new category, your choice. A. Top extinct predators of all time. B. Top evolution fails so ridiculous they work. C. Top fossils that made scientists apologize. Comment A, B, C, plus, 1 reason below. We'll read them and include your pick in the next ranking. Like, subscribe, bell on so you don't miss the next creature. It might just be waiting right beneath the Ice Age ice.